Dutchess County Athena Awards recipient is Stephen Chicory.
Foundation, who will lead us through the rest of today's program. So have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, Audra. How about giving yourselves a round of applause for being here this morning, this afternoon? 10 o'clock at Ocean State Job Lot. Do they owe money for a sponsorship now? Across the street from Marist College, and you know, the staff's there, and they do know, they realize that it's part of their job to try to make our community a better place, not only for the business community, but for everybody, as demonstrated by the foundation and the work it does, and workforce development, and of course, the flagship Dutchess County Regional Chamber of Commerce that's been around for over 105 years. Today with us, we have some Chamber of Commerce employees, workforce development employees, and foundation employees, and I'd like to announce them to you. Would you please hold your applause until I'm done? First and foremost, our Executive Vice President, CFO, you've met her before, Audra Gertie. Our Senior Vice President, Chief Operating Officer, Gloria Sugar. Our Vice President of Communications, Rich Cleveland, he's the guy with the camera attendant, and my very good friend, Dr. Nicole Williams.
Thank you so much, Charlie. It's an honor and a privilege to stand before you this afternoon. I'm truly humbled. I'm humbled to be in the presence of greatness. And let me just step back for a moment. When we make decisions in the best interest of children, then no, we don't cancel school. I grew up about 150 miles north of here, and the snow sometimes was this high, and school was never canceled. So understanding, and recently I'm just coming from St. Louis, where they had snowstorms on Friday, and my son is a teacher in that district, and he said, "Mom, can you call the superintendent and have him cancel school?" And of course, they didn't cancel school. But we know the most important thing is safety for our children, and so when we have to make those tough decisions, we certainly will. But I want to thank you for your round of applause for not canceling school. 95% of you in this room. It's a privilege to stand before you this afternoon. This is an auspicious occasion as we recognize and celebrate the talents of the individuals we are honoring, the 11 Athena Award honorees. The Athena Awards recognize women, our honorees, excel in business and support the mentorship of others. They are trailblazers in their work, and I hope you've had an opportunity to shake each and every one of their hands. They are leaving an indelible mark on the communities where they live, where they serve, and certainly on every person they come in contact with. I've met so many of them, and I want to celebrate and acknowledge their contributions to leadership. They engage in what I frame as decent and noble work, and embody.
Congratulations, Angeline.
Last but not least, Sue Sully, Dutchess County Athena Awards recipient is Stephen Chicory.
To give a little speech, and I said, what am I actually going to have to talk for this morning? There's absolutely no chance that I will be standing in front of everyone assembled here today. So I'm going to wing it. A few years ago, I was asked and invited to come to the Grace Smith House, one of their events. And I went to that event, the Women of Grace Awards, and I was deeply moved by what I heard there. And although I always vowed that I would never sit on a board and I would never really do those kind of things because I was kind of tied up in running our business, Hudson Valley Office Furniture, by the way, Dixie and Newburgh. 2 large showrooms, plenty of furniture, no animals. I kind of saw things a little differently after hearing the stories that evening at the inaugural Women of Grace Awards. And as the years passed, I attended those award dinners a few more times, and one day a friend of mine said, you know, we really could use a businessman or two on this board, and I'd like you to come and sit in and maybe fill an unexpired term someone had to leave. So I came to the board, and I kind of saw that I could help at this organization. I saw that instead of just writing a check or doing something along those lines, I could possibly use some of the skills that I'd learned being in business for a long period of time to kind of help people, not just women, but people who are victims. And Stephen Chicory, who the hell picked me for this? It's just not right. I mean, there's people who have done so much more. So, says it, it's here. They didn't make it up. But so I kind of got involved in the Grace Smith House, and of course I've always been involved with business in the city of Poughkeepsie. We've had our Hudson Valley Office Furniture there since 2 locations, Charlie, since 1977. And we've always been big supporters of the city and just business in general, and thinking local and buying local and shopping local, because your local money stays local. Other money goes out of the area and does no good and doesn't help Carol Wolf at the Arts Council. Oh no, you have a new name, Mill Street Law, sorry. Yes, sorry. But it doesn't help Linda Campbell at ARC, and it doesn't help Kelly Outwater and Family Services. It doesn't help when your money goes out of town. So I'm just going to preach a little bit about that. But back to the original story. I thought I would be able to help with the Grace Smith House, and it turns out that someone who didn't want to be on a board ended up saying, you know, I could be the board chair too, because I really feel a part of this organization, and I think that I can help, again, put a male face on domestic violence issues and try to let people know that in 99% of the cases, men are involved in that, and men really have to be the stopping point. We can talk to children. We can talk to children and we can talk to women, but men have to learn that women need to be respected, and women have to learn that women should be respected. And you should never lucky to grow up in a household with 4 brothers and a father and my mom. And we always learned that even though my father could do nothing right and my mother could do nothing wrong, that wasn't really the case, but that's how we grew up. And it enabled me to be the person that I am today, because all people should be respected, but women definitely do so much for our society. They raise our children 99% of the times, and they educate people, and they support men, and they support everything. And now, this probably sounds chauvinistic, but I'm old school, but in a sense that women have supported men for so long, and it's about time we change the roles a little bit and start supporting women and helping them in any way we can. So I'm just going to ramble.